At the convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela rivers, we're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Acrisure Stadium. Coming up, we have a good one for you between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Katie York set to get this one started, and we're underway from Pittsburgh. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Panthers 6, Buffalo 18.
Looking to throw right away. Oh, it's intercepted. What a start. And the Buccaneers force the turnover on the first series of this game.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okey. That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that, they will take that Okie any day.
Pushing for the end zone. And it lost the football. It's not loose. And it looks like the defense got it. No touchdown. They recover, and this is going to be a touchback. Did not want to start like that. They get their shot to show what they can do, and they cough up immediately, and they're off the field in one play.
Did you see what I saw there, Kate? I think I saw the excitement leave their body.
While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. So following the fumble and the recovery, here comes 2nd and short. Back to throw. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers parlay the interception into points. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10.
Here we go, Scott. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
First give on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Heward, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
2nd down pass play coming. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Roquan Smith with the pick. And the Buccaneers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Bucks to the line. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Let's go.
First carry here for the rookie from UNC. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Looking to throw here. Looking for his back, but it will not find him. That's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Third down from the gun. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you've got a great chance to win. Well, how about that? He gets to add a field goal to his extra point. And 2 series in, he knows he's played a big role in this one.
And he fields this one, but is not going to return it from the end zone. So the ball going to be placed down at the 35-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
I can hear it now, Kate, before it even comes out of my mouth when I say anybody but a receiver or corner is the best athlete on the field. But I'm starting to really feel like these DNs in today's NFL game are the best athletes. And when you watch one chase down a play like that for negative yards, well, I'll make my case and I'll stand on that opinion.
Back to the line they come, 2nd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now.
Okay, ready?
The Buccaneers go to the nickel, 3rd down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready, ready?
Now looking to throw. He's going deep! He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. They're going to try and throw it here. Short pass brought in. And this is going to get him right up near that 1st down. But he's marked short after a gain of 7. 3rd down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Slot man in motion left. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. He's got the 1st down grab and still going. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Bucs have the 1st.
First down. A gain of 14. And a Buccaneer 1st down.
Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. Rolling into enemy territory. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. They get 22 out of that play. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
All set to go now from the 35.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They go play action on first down. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Bucs have the first. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go now. 19 Lions.
Back to throw. Brings it in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers hold a 16-point lead in the first. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. Like you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. They will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Now he's York to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. And that's where they'll begin the drive following the return.
Okay,
New set of downs for him from the 31.
ready. Cowboy 80. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Let go.
Throwing from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And it sets up 2nd down.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ready.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
79. Ready. Bronco 80.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So that brings up 4th and long. Corey Bajorquez on the punt. Takes it in at the 21. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
At their own 26-yard line.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Ready. Bronco, let's go.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. He's got Emeka Egbuka. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. They get an even 10 on that play. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
Got it. Ready.
It's a gain of 10. And The Buccaneer first down.
Plowing up the middle. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. He's dropping back to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
3rd and 4 coming up now.
Let's go. Cowboy 80.
They're throwing it. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Ready up.
Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10.
Ready. 70 Lions.
Enough to Gibbs from the gun. Fights his way through a tackle. And he's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Go. 18, Pioneer. Go.
He's going to throw this one. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Buccaneers get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. Bucks to the line. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. A pickup of 17. And the Bucks have the first.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Just one play into this drive, and they are already sitting on their own 45.
Here we go, set.
And they just get the play off. He's trying to push the field. This is caught inside the 15. And in, touchdown Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by them.
York now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers make it a 24-point ball game. That's the end of one, and yikes, things looking a little out of hand already. It's a laugher so far, 24-0. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break.
Cade York to kick off.
Now is York to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football.
Here we go.
They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
Ready.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45.
Set. Liking 18. Ready.
Gibbs now from the gun. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Buccaneers territory. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2.
Set.
Looking in the air here. Into the hands of Pat Freiermuth. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. 1st down from the 42.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the draw, this is Gibbs. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Sends this to the end zone. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers start to fight back for their 1st points of this game. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Steelers 7. Will Reichert to kick off.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Blown back, gets the handoff. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
He's going to throw it. Buying some time right. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that will be a Tampa Bay 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
They'll work against the blitz. Throw left side, complete. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down.
Let's go.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He skids down inside the 35-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
1st and 10 from the 32.
Come on. Set. Check up.
Pass play coming here. Hits his running back. Breaks the tackle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
He was about to get smacked just as he got rid of it. Sometimes, Kate, the crowd lets you know you're about to get hit. But that's a savvy quarterback play right there. Take that check down. And nothing better than that defender picking you up off the ground after he knocks you down with that play, that check down, taking some big yards.
Couldn't find a completion on first down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Made the throw as he was getting hit block, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
A 31-yard attempt.
York knocks it through, and that extends the lead to 20.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Now he's York to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Oh no, they get him yet again! Roquan Smith with the pick. And the Buccaneers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
On 1st down, they'll run. He's going to haul it in for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers parlay the interception into points.
Okay, you know what a run like that does for everybody, for the play caller, for the O-lineman, for the offense? It just gives you confidence that you can call that run again and not expect a little jump. We'll get explosive on the ground as well.
Steelers 7. Cade York to kick off.
Now he's York to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, ready?
Good field position as the Steelers come up to it, 1st and 10.
Set. Bronco 80. Ready?
Back to work after throwing the pick. Finds him over the middle. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch. Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this 1st half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. A give now from the gun. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7.
Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. Extra man in the secondary for the Bucs on 3rd down.
Ready. 70 Lions. 79 Broncos. Ready.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarred loose, incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The only move this offense is making is toward the line, Bronk. They're going for it, 4th and 3.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll throw for it. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. That is a clutch 7-yard pickup, partner. Pays off the call to go for it there on 4th down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
To throw here on 1st down. Taking a deep shot here. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Shut up. 19 Tiger, 19, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Back to the air they go on 2nd down. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's taken down at the 30. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the 1st down.
He's got a man left. And this one does not go far. Working quickly here.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. The Steelers calling their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Working inside the red zone. Looking slant route, complete. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot.
70 Lions.
They'll go play action. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time, but still plenty of options left on 3rd and short. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
And he's going to have enough for the 1st down, not by much. We've got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Come on, set. 70 Timberwolves. 19 tight, 19 tight. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Goal to go. It's a pass play. Thinking touchdown here, but they cannot connect. So that's going to send them back to the line for 2nd and goal.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
Dragon 60, 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Go.
Second and goal, they're going to throw. He's got it. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers chop some of the lead off before the half. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdound.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. They've got first down here, but just 18 seconds to work with. Well, come out throwing. Dumped off to his running back. Crosses midfield, still going. He's going to be hauled down on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And the Bucs have the first.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Throwing now on first down. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. We'll look to throw. Throwing this for the end zone. And they will not connect. Took his shot there to end the half, but no dice. That's going to take us to the break. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Dive play straight ahead. And that carry only gets one on the plunge up the gut.
The only thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Here's a throw. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Austin put in motion right. The handoff on 3rd and short. And he won't get back to the line, Brock. They needed one, but they're going to lose one on that play. It's 4th down. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. It's 45 yards he'll try to connect from. York knocks it through. And they push their lead to 23.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback.
Take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, first and 10.
Cougar 19.
Airing it out to start this drive. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there, and that brings up second down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
Trap 60, trap 60. Here we go, here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60. 19 Lions. Ready.
Second and 10, and they'll stick to the air. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Here we go, Scott.
They'll air it out on third. Screen here for Gibbs. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. And we'll pause now. Looks like we had an injury on the play, working to identify who it was. And, yeah, it's Jahmyr Gibbs who's getting looked at by the trainers. Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Ready, go.
Still sticking with the passing game. On him quick, and they bring him down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. The Steelers calling their first time out. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way.
1-yard line.
Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is second and 17 after the sack.
Ready.
They'll toss it to Gibbs. Down the sideline to the 45. And they'll finally get him down at the 37-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
You know he'll never shy away from embracing contact on a play right up the gut. Come on. You know getting that toss in the open field is so much more fun. On that play, certainly more exciting for him.
Breaks through and breaks away. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up first and goal.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Johnson is in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers start the second half with some needed points. The Steelers leaving their offense on the field. We got a 2-point conversion coming up.
Will line up for the
19
2-point
Tiger,
conversion.
19 Tiger.
Trying for it on the ground. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to.
To kick off.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10.
19, Tiger, 19.
Austin put in motion right. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Taken down at the 41. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
First down run gets him 6. So now it is 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Sticking to the air here. An all-around tough play for him. Took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. They'll throw 3rd and long. Hits him on the out route. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that will be a Tampa Bay 1st down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
They'll get 16 yards on that play. And the Bucs have the 1st.
It really is pretty simple. If you want to run against a 3-4 group right up the gut, number 1, got to control that nose tackle. Number 2, you got to get people to the 2nd level. That was teaching tape.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Back now, pressure coming. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Gets it to him on the screen. He's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a 1st and goal.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
They go heavy on this 1st and goal. 3 tight ends in the formation. QB sneak coming. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Buccaneers could push this to a 4-score game as they take a 23-point lead. The fact that they pulled that out on a 1st and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to see those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go, and that group certainly was.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10.
Shut up. Dragon 6. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Hits his running back. And he's brought down after a short gain.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
3rd and long for him here. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
Tendencies tend to show themselves, Kate, and really come to life on 3rd downs. Right, they want to go to their best receiver. Defense knows it. They know that tendency. They double it, and they make the play.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Right up the gut. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Another carry for him. They stuck with him and got the same results. He is stopped at the line once again to quickly bring up 3rd down.
It's a loss of a yard.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's their football, and with that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard, this game pretty close to over. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. To the air on 3rd and long. Lasers this one deep down the middle. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Steelers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return from a defense that sensed they needed the big play, and they found it.
The charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short.
Stop short of the goal line.
Oh, so aggravatingly close to a safety on that one right there, Kate. Just a matter of a foot, and they could have had some points on the board defensively.
Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal.
Please, go.
It's Johnson again. And he will not get in. The defense holds. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain. And now they're just inches short for 3rd down.
All I can really say about that one, Kate, at least he managed to make it out of the end zone. Now staring at a 3rd down at your own 1. Yikes.
Cowboy 80.
They'll run with Johnson. And they're going to say he was short. They held him out, Brock, and now we're going to have to wait and see what they decide to do here on 4th and goal. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number one is?
Stop the run.
Here we go.
And they've been doing it.
Ready.
Here we go with Johnson. And he is into the end zone for a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Well, they took a gamble, and it paid off with a touchdown on 4th and goal.
And to do it on the ground at that's a confidence builder. Confidence builder for the big guys up front. Confidence builder for the running back to win at the line of scrimmage. And frankly, Kate, a confidence builder for this fan base that loves coaches being aggressive and going for it on 4th down.
Not able to make a push for that goal line. He's hit for a loss back at the 3.
Steelers 44, Steelers 26.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. Look at that power, deep left side. Oh, and he can't follow through. He had the deep shot for a moment, Brock, but he bobbles it and drops it.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Throw here, 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Tampa Bay in punt formation now. Surprisingly had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold.
At their own 26-yard line.
Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Get it.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Johnson gets it on 1st and 10. Not a whole lot to speak of here, partner. 2-yard gain at most at 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Panther 11, Panther. Ready.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. Dose of the hurry up here.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Working on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
From the 24 once again, it's 2nd and 10.
Ready. Panther 60, Panther 60. Go.
Throwing from the gun. That's cut at the 4. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
Steelers 1st down.
On the blow.
Working quickly here.
At the 4-yard line.
Blocking 18. Ready, right?
Design quarterback run here. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
Send a pretty clear message to the QB right there on that one. No one fooled for a second as they create the tackle for loss.
Shot, Buffalo 18. Bronco 80.
They call pass on 2nd and goal. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Steelers get it back to within 2 possessions. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You could just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
And the Buccaneers managed to recover the football. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks them though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
And he cuts it back right. Tampa Bay touchdown! The Buccaneers have likely locked up the win right there.
Okay, we are watching a showman put on an absolute show. What a day for this running back. I think he'd be the first to tell you. It's about the guys up front, receivers blocking outside, and the electricity of his legs.
Steelers 33. Dave York.
Now he's York to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the run back at the 27. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Nice.
Throwing from the gun here. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We got 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big plays, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
60. Cougar 19. Ready.
Working now from the gun. Got a lock behind this one. Downfield it goes. And they pick him off again! Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And the Buccaneers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. And as they celebrate the turnover, we're going to shift our focus to one of his teammates who appears to be injured following that play. Team staff heading out to look at him now. First and 10 now from the 46. There's a dive up the middle. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they're staring at a 4th down. A familiar sight in this contest, Brock. He's out there again for another field goal try. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed he did. And that stretches the lead to 21.
You get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Fields this one at the 3. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Let's go. 60, 60, Vikings, 60.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Idiot. That ball is loose. Oh, the fumble jumps out of bounds. What a break there for the offense.
You know what? This game is hard. So sometimes catching a break or two in just the right circumstances is a big deal. Sideline could be your best friend as a runner because you lose the ball next to it, there's a good chance it could go harmlessly out of bounds.
Flushed out of the pocket. Chucks this one deep down the right sideline. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got third down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Shotgun now on third down. That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions and now push them to fourth down.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3-and-outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this.
70 Timberwolves.
Desperation time here. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
They'll run here on first down. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Buccaneers moments away from a 2-0 start. Second down now, 7 to go.
Here we go. Mike.
Give now to the running back. Stopped after a gain of 2. That's going to bring up third down.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play brings up third down.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And they have this one well contained. There's the stop for a loss now. Fourth down coming up.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a fourth down.
So yet again, they're turning to him to try to put 3 on the board. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. New York knocks it through. And the advantage now sits at 24.
Boy, that's a familiar path he's taken here. Now the 5th time he's run out and gotten the job done. I know. You'd rather have him be PATs, but it's been nice having that reliable leg to turn to all game long.
Now he's York to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Just look at everyone flying down the field. And when they fly down the field, they got 2 things in mind, Kate. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, separate the ball if you can. It's rare that it happens, but it sure is exciting when it does.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Line up the design keeper. So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers. And they can be proud of their exploits down the road and overall so far this season.